Yeah, welcome to the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Reviews and reactions. Let's go. It's the Brown Boy Wonder. Hold it down, representing for the culture. Every episode brings you closer into the mind and the heart of a hustler, where the truth and the groove collide. Stay tuned in, come enjoy the ride. Keep it authentic like that, never hold back. It's the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. The Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Subscribe, share, and stay tuned in. The vibe's always on.
Brown Boy Wonder Podcast presents Disney Rewatch. Let's watch a Disney Channel original movie.
Welcome to the Disney Rewatch edition of the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Every month, of course, my guest and I are going to talk about our favorite Disney DComs. Today, we are going to talk about the 2003 The Even Stevens movie. Before we get into it, let me bring my guest out here. My first guest loves his Ultra Lounge Magnet Super Chair. It's Anthony. Anthony today.
Hey, I'm doing great. I do love my chair, and I love Even Stevens, both the series and the movie, so I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
Fantastic. And my second guest, of course, he's the host of Gotcha. It's Skyler. Skyler, how are you doing today?
Gotcha. I'm doing great. Glad to be here. I also definitely watched Even Stevens when we were kids.
Yeah, same.
I don't remember the show as much as I remembered the movie.
Oh,
but it's a good thing we're talking about the movie today.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, my third guest, he said he got attacked by a killer squirrel. It's Daniel. Daniel, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. When I was a kid watching Even Stevens, I usually found an excuse to change the channel.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
Typical Len over here.
The killer squirrel thing could refer to Christmas Vacation, just so you know.
Oh, that is true. Well, of course, I have a newbie on this particular rewatch here, the Disney rewatch. He loves bacon. It's Steven. Steven, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm Beans. How dare you?
You said to me, "Oh, I've got the perfect intro for Steven."
Perfect.
He loves bacon.
Oh, don't you like bacon, Steven?
I actually don't.
Oh.
As a chef, I prefer pancetta.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
I like it.
All right, bye, everybody. This was fun.
No. Stay. Of course, guys, we are talking about the Even Stevens movie. It's a 2003 American family motion picture that debuted on the Disney Channel. The film is based on the Disney Channel show, of course, Even Stevens, and it is served as the series finale. Let's get into the cast here of the movie. Of course, we have Shia LaBeouf as Louis Stevens.
Where do we stand on? Is he canceled right now? Is Shia good or bad?
Shia LaBeouf is a good actor, but a bad person. So take that how you will.
I think he's working on himself recently. I saw like a TMZ, like he's getting autographs. He's doing autographs and pictures.
He's at Fan Expo.
I don't know that doing autographs counts as working on yourself, but that's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, wait, is he charging for the autographs?
No, he's just doing them like boom, boom, boom.
Oh,
is he like seeking any kind of help?
No. Oh, I have to ask him, but I don't know.
Well, after the show, we might need to discuss your understanding of the phrase "working on himself."
I'll figure that out. Of course, the next cast member, Christy Carson Romano as Ren Stevens, the sister of Louis Stevens.
Woo! She's good.
She is good. The next one is the mom, of course, Donna Pascal as Elaine Stevens, the mom.
Woohoo! Shout out to Skyler's grandma.
Oh,
is that who she reminds you of?
Yeah, same haircut.
It's not on close. Although I would say that Elaine Stevens stands on business more than my own grandmother does. But
but they are both senators. So
we're gonna. Oh yes, my grandmother's a senator.
Oh,
fantastic. The next cast member is Tom Virtue as the dad, the Steve Stevens. Crazy name there.
I forgot his
Uh,
name was Steve Stevens.
Yeah, Steve. Why would he call himself Steve? Or
So-
You're
his
gonna have to
parents?
ask his dad.
Whenever this actor Tom Virtue just shows up in random things,
Yes.
is everyone here like, oh, it's the Even Stevens dad?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in like an early scene in Transformers: Dark of the Moon, and I remember being
Yes.
like,
Yeah,
"Hey,
yeah.
reunion!"
I will always know this guy as the dad from Even Stevens.
I remember whoever was on Brink. He was the high school teacher for like 2 seconds.
I don't even remember him in Brink, but I
He
believe
was.
you.
Yes. The next one, the brother of Lewis and Bren, Nick Spano, Donnie Stevens.
Thanks for showing up, Donnie.
Yeah, he showed up.
Yep.
I mean, he was there. He was there. The next one is Stephen Anthony Lawrence, of course, our Beans in this
Nobody-
movie.
Into Beans. Nobody make fun of Beans. Don't make fun of the way he looks.
I'm
Hashtag
glad
don't
to-
mean to beans.
Don't mean the Beans.
I love Beans. And of course, the next one is Tim Meadows as Miles McDermott. I know him initially from this movie, not SNL.
Oh,
All
interesting.
right.
Oh, I know him from Benchwarmers.
Oh, I know him from Benchwarmers too.
Ooh,
There was a Benchwarmers too.
There was,
There
but we don't
was.
talk about it.
There was? Oh, VOD?
I think
Yeah.
so.
starring Larry the Cable Guy.
I don't think that's true. Now
He's
we're
in
just
all.
spreading
He's in all the
misinformation.
sequels.
That's not. I don't think he's in that one.
Well, the next cast member, it is, of course, from our last rewatch, Do You Wish, our own AJ Trouth as Alan Twitty.
Good. Glad to see him again.
Yes, I'm happy. Of course, my crush at the time, Margot Harshman as Tawny Dean.
Agreed.
I mean,
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't want to. I don't want to say my crush now because she was like 17 at the time, I think. But goodness me, what a pretty lady.
There's a few pretty ladies in this show. I'll admit.
Yeah. And of course, the next one. I don't want to. Should we call out
They
him
show
out
him
now?
very early on. It's not a spoiler.
Okay, that's fine. It is Dave Coulier as Lance LeBau.
Come on,
Of course.
Dave Coulier.
Coulier, sorry. Of course, you know him as. What's his name in Full House? Rick? No.
No.
You say
Come on.
Rick?
You
Uncle
just
Rick.
threw
that's
a
his
dart.
name.
He was Joey, correct?
Joey, yeah, Uncle Joey. Yes,
Uncle
Uncle Joey.
Rick.
No, he wasn't Uncle Joey. He was just Joey.
Right, he's just a friend.
The other uncle was Uncle Jesse because he was an actual uncle. Joey just lived in the basement.
Yes, that's crazy. And recently he beat cancer, I believe. So shout out to him.
Oh, good for
Yay.
him. Yeah.
Good job.
Fantastic. And let's see if there's any worthy mentions here. I guess
There's
this guy here.
one that I know Anthony's dying to talk about.
Well, before we get to him, of course we got Keenan Young as Chief Tuka,
Say the
and
quote.
I will say it when it happens. Don't worry. When we start talking, I'll say it. And of course the last guy, Josh Keaton as Mutai.
Damn, who's that?
What a surprise.
I understood that reference.
Why was he so
Very-
hunky?
He's
Oh,
hot, dude.
He was
Josh
cute.
Keaton. Josh Keaton was in a boy band when he was young. Josh Keaton actually spent a lot of his time at Michael Jackson's estate. What was that place called?
Wonderland. Something Wonderland.
Wonderland Ranch.
So yeah, he was because he was like a young musical star. He was also like a child actor in a way, and yes, he was also the voice of Spider-Man and Spectacular Spider-Man, as well as other video games. And he was also the voice of Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, and Green Lantern the animated series. So yes, he's great, and he's in this movie. He kind of looks like how I described like Tumblr artists would draw Aquaman, tan and blonde.
Oh.
That's what he looks like.
Fantastic. Well, guys, let's get into the nitty and gritty of this part of the episode. Of course, there's no budget to know for this film, but what is the Rotten Tomatoes score for the Even Steven movie? And
Oh,
there's
God.
two of them. There's the critics and fans.
Ooh. I'm gonna say the fans is higher than critics, and I'm gonna say the critics is. I'm gonna guess right down the line at around 50.
Okay, 50. All right. Any more guesses?
Uh, 64.
That's pretty high. That's fresh. Okay.
Fresh.
That's basically what I was gonna say. I was gonna say basically anybody who was gonna watch this movie was probably a fan of the show, and it's just the show. So
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what about you, Anthony? Are you feeling 100?
Sure. Yeah, we'll say the critics they gave it like
Oh.
100, and the fans gave it like 101. So
Citizen
Oh.
Kane,
101.
Paddington 2, the Even Stevens movie.
100%.
yeah, sorry Black Panther. Sorry Toy Story 3.
Paddington's goated.
Paddington 2 is the greatest of all time when it comes to cinema. But we're talking about
Yeah.
Even Stevens here. Yes, the critics says 50%, while the fans say 52%.
Really?
So it's pretty high. Well, it's not fresh, but it's still high up there.
For a decom.
Interesting.
Yeah.
For a decom, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I do have a question for you guys. This movie is about summer vacation. What's your dream vacation? Or dream summer vacation? I'll start with you, Skyler.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I do really want to go check out that new Universal Park.
Oh.
I like that.
I don't know. I don't really like to travel, but if I were to travel, I would like to go. I'm jealous of Daniel because last year he went to Italy and just checked out a bunch of like
It was pretty
cool stuff. He went to the Vatican and whatever, and that's
Yep, I was there
Oh no.
just in time to meet the previous pope. Except I
Oh.
didn't meet him. Obviously,
Well,
they
see,
don't just let him talk to the guy.
you shook Pope's hand and then he didn't die, so you got that over somebody else.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I gave him like 6 more months of life. That was my gift to him. My
Should have
tithe.
given him Deltarune so that he could play it after Undertale.
Hey, I
Oh,
need you to tell
no.
God about this.
Yeah, so basically, I'd either go to a cool theme park here in the U.S., or if I had to travel, I would go somewhere, see the sights. I want to go
Nice.
to Japan because I'm an idiot.
Japan is a good place. What about you, Steven?
Well, I don't know when, but I know soon my family wants to go to Spain to check out like where my ancestors and my mom's heritage came from since now all my grandparents are dead, so
Oh,
We're
Hey,
gonna-
congratulations! Everyone give Steven a round of applause.
yeah.
no.
Goodness. This is why we
Alright,
don't
yeah.
really have Steven on the show.
But yeah, we'll go to Spain and probably visit all the little places around there.
That's
Alright.
cool.
Spain, got Japan. What about you, Daniel? Are you feeling tropical?
I could. I wouldn't mind going to like Fiji, Samoa, something like that, doing a tour of the islands there. I think if I was going to do like a dream vacation though, I would want to do like a road trip up Japan. So like start at the bottom and go like through Tokyo and then hit a lot of the smaller towns so you can get like, you know, some of the like onsens and the like smaller towns.
That's cool.
Because obviously everyone goes to Tokyo to the point where it's just like
Right.
it's so packed, it's insane. But you got to check it out at least.
Yeah, you gotta check that out. You gotta check, the rural area of Japan. That's nice. What about you, Anthony? Are you feeling Arctic-ish?
Arctic. Ooh. Arctic.
I mean, no. It's funny because actually, just literally today, I received funds specifically for a Universal trip. So
Oh,
we should start
Hey,
planning things. But I would love to go to Japan as well. But just for diversity's sake, I will say Australia. Go to Sydney, and obviously, I have people there that I could meet and be with. So I will say Australia.
that's good. That's good. And of course, Australia is not like, like there's a desert in Australia, of West Australia at least.
Sure, like the middle part is mostly in this desert and like the edges are where the cities are. Correct. What are you trying to say?
He's just saying, be careful of Mad Max raiders. I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
That's what
Yeah.
most of that island is.
That's fair.
I'm
that's
just gonna
fair.
go to the spots they filmed the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie and Mission Impossible 2 and call it a day. I think that's
Ooh. That's a good summification right there.
You'll need to take some like bullets or water for currency.
Gasoline.
Gasoline. Yeah.
Gasoline.
right. Okay. All right. I'll take a notes. Go ahead. Right. So bullets. Go. Okay. Got it.
Go ahead and just put a canister of gasoline in your carry-on.
Anything to kill spiders.
TSA is gonna love you.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Now I know.
There we go, guys. Well, now let's get into the plot of this quote-unquote greatest movie of all time. I don't know. People say that. I don't know who says that, but they say it. Let's get into it here.
You said it.
Yeah, what's your rating?
I will give the rating. I'll give the rating towards the end of the film, as we always do here. All right.
Oh yeah, I'm new here.
Oh yes, Steven, we'll do that. And of course, at the end of the show, we will do the Battle of the Guardians. We'll keep up to speed on that.
That sounds so much more epic than it actually is.
It is epic. The Battle of the Guardians. All right. The plot here. The movie starts off with Miles McDermott selecting the Stevens family for something. And he said, perfect.
This is the most you wouldn't download a car intro to any movie that they could have made.
I also would like to know why in the family portrait they have here, Lewis is very clearly photoshopped in. Like we couldn't get the cast together on a green screen to take a picture together. We couldn't do that.
It was too hard.
And it looks like it's just his head. Like they had a different guy there, and then they just cut his head off and threw it. This guy.
I feel like that would Lewis Stevens will do something like that for a family portrait.
It's because this is not like just a family portrait. They're all wearing suits. You can assume that this is something to do with the mom being a senator, right? The California state senator.
Yeah.
And so they wouldn't let Lewis in a government building because he is a known terrorist.
Yes.
That does make sense. That checks out. I retract my objection.
Yeah.
Well, at the junior high graduation, Principal Wexler
announced... Pause.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, we got to start at the junior high.
Junior high?
Yeah.
I had to Google it. Christy Carlson Romano is 19 here.
Yeah.
And she's graduating junior high. So she's playing like a 13, 14-year-old somewhere in there.
Yeah.
What year did this come out?
2003.
Okay, so
I know that because Letterboxd told me.
And I just had to begin the episode.
So I was like, I wasn't listening to you, and so I'm sorry. So I was like 9. She was 19, and the movie wanted people to think she was, 13?
Yeah,
she was graduating middle school?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what middle school has a graduation with cap and gown?
It's a big graduation too. They showed like a crowd shot, and it looks like goddamn Lord of the Rings. Like you can see, I think, a couple like orcs in the background. It's wild.
That's just beans.
Absolutely insane. These like full adults are graduating junior high, and the other grown adults, such as Shia LaBeouf and his friends, are still in junior high.
So they're like 12. They're like 12.
I don't know.
I guess so.
Big. This is some Netflix Stranger Things going on here. This is insane.
If they just said it was a high school, it would all be correct. But we couldn't
get
do
over
that.
this the entire movie, especially considering a major plot point is Ren's love interest. It's like she's supposed to be like 13, 14, and she meets like this hunky Josh Keaton on a beach. How old is he supposed to be? I hope also 14.
They never say.
I don't know. Well, Principal Wexler announces that Ren is valedictorian. As Ren gives her speech, Lewis plays a practical joke as he controls a beach ball around the stage. Wexler told Coach Tugnut to stop that beach ball that he wakes up from his nap. As the beach ball moves around and disrupts Ren's speech, Lewis releases the confetti. But Beans alongside Lewis misheard him and put spaghetti instead. Coach Tugnut and everyone else is covered with spaghetti. Have you guys been covered with spaghetti like this?
What are you asking?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say no, so we can.
The story's too long.
I wanna-
Yeah.
I want to backtrack from that terrible question and just point out that I do think it's really funny that the coach has the little graduation tassel on his baseball cap. I think that's cute.
Yeah, that's a good attention to detail.
I forgot his name was Tugnut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Coach J.O.
I thought he was a highlight of the film. He's always on, you know, like he really is coach when you
He's
think
always
about
on
it.
something.
We'll talk about his other running joke later in the film because I want to talk about it.
Oh.
Oh, okay. He wants to tug on that nut a little further. If you know what I'm
A little bit.
Well, Ren had a date with her boyfriend Gil, but Gil broke up with her because he's moving to Maine. Was Ren right about being upset, being broken up in a pancake place?
Well, okay, here's the thing. I want to say yes until I realize they're supposed to be 13. Then no.
I will say this, and this will be my first of 3 instances where I mentioned the show. So this character was from the show because you had mentioned, I believe, in a previous recording or maybe off recording, that this movie is the finale of the series. Like it all culminates in a movie. And in the series, she had gotten together with this guy Gil. So this is sort of like the official send off of him. Like this is where they end up canonically separated. So this is sort of the first instance of like actually connecting to the show in a major way, I would say.
Shout out to Gil. Well, also Lewis shows off his ultra lounge manic super chair to Twitty, Tawny, and Tom. What do you guys think about this chair here?
Man, it put that glizzy right in his face, didn't it?
To be honest with you, I don't think it looks comfortable.
But it has an umbrella.
Yeah?
It can like do a vibration massage type thing.
Yeah, it can spank you.
It's
You
like
can do all sorts of stuff.
it's like a
Theoretically,
beach
it can
chair.
make an ice cream sundae.
It's
cool.
like a beach chair screwed onto some PVC pipe and 2x4s. Like
So
it does
yeah.
not look comfy.
His
What are you talking
plan
about?
was to sit outside all summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and relax and be lazy. If y'all remember in one of the earliest episodes, he once tried to win a competition by staying in a bed inside of like a window for like an extended period amount of time. So Lewis is all about being lazy. And you know, this is chair. It says his friends' names. It says thank you. Like that's pretty impressive for a chair.
Also, the chair says thank you, Tawny. I mean, that's pretty good.
That's what I just said.
That's what he
did.
Yeah.
It says thank you.
He can construct such things. As saying, I don't remember the show that much. So everything Anthony just said about him in a bed, don't remember that at all. But the fact that he can construct a chair that can do all these things and say his friends' names, and he can make a beach ball that can seemingly fly thanks to a remote control that he has and drop spaghetti at will. He definitely like has a copy of like the Anarchist Cookbook. He knows things.
He's clever.
Also, he has a TV and on the chair saying, watching Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
Keep Lewis Stevens away from any copies of Catcher in the Rye you find. Do not let him read it.
Man.
Oh, geez. Well, to distract herself from the heartbreak, Ren accepts a job babysitting Beans, who moves in with the family while his parents are away in Helsinki, Finland. They'll be gone for 3 weeks at most. And in Bean's suitcase, he brought his own bacon. I always laugh at that scene. It's just bacon.
I know that this is just like what happens in the show, but I love how much the mom hates this kid.
Yes. She doesn't like beans, man. Oh, but you guys like beans, right?
No,
Man,
What
I
was
wouldn't let
this?
him in my house.
I wouldn't let
He's
him in
funny.
my neighborhood.
So is he like the evil version of Spencer Breslin? This kid?
Well,
Oh,
Spencer
that
Breslin,
seems
we already know,
Ooh.
is also evil. So that's
No,
a
he's
little
he's a
redundant.
little sweetie pie. We
He's
we
a
like
little. He's the worst.
Spencer Breslin, when he was a little Disney child actor, was probably the cutest kid in the world, and Beans is like the
Ooh.
shadow mirror universe version of that.
Oh, he's like a Wario type guy.
He's a Wario.
Yes.
They should have done the thing, the Dark Knight thing, and broken a queue over their knee and been like, all right, I've only got room for one dumpy dumbass kid in the Disney original movies.
No.
God,
Little
no.
puppy.
I don't know who would have won, but I know who I would have been rooting for. I'm just gonna say that.
Was
I've
this
been rooting
kid
for
in
Beans. He's
anything
easier to avoid.
else?
He was
'Cause I know-
he was in Kicking and Screaming,
yeah,
the Will
that's-
Ferrell
He
soccer
was.
movie.
That's what I was gonna say. I know he was in Kicking and Screaming, but that's all I know him from. So
Yeah.
beans and balls. That's what he's. That's all he is.
Beans
Um,
Ball.
Unfortunately.
Beans ball.
He was just Disney Channel's Gibby.
Whoa, proto Gib,
Whoa.
Yeah,
pre-alpha Gib.
he had to crawl so Gibby could walk
Oh,
Well,
I
try
like
to
that.
because neither was running anywhere. You see.
No,
They
Little
go.
waddle.
No.
Well, later, Ren visits Lewis in his mosquito net covered chair, chilling while watching Gotcha. Ren
Okay, well,
accidentally.
You did skip quite a bit here. So first of all, Beans is here because Ren has agreed to babysit him, and then he like tricked her into her thinking it was only for the night, but it's actually for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's why he's in the movie. And then also the mosquito netting over the chair was was made because Beans snuck into her room and stole the ridiculous
Yes.
amount of pantyhose that this 13-year-old girl for some reason has collected, I guess.
Yeah,
There's a lot.
She's wearing an awful lot of pantyhose.
It's a lot.
I had sisters. They had maybe like 2 or 3 pairs. And that's because they came in a pack.
Hmm.
2 for 3.
I don't know. I didn't buy them myself. I just know.
Go ahead, Abrar. Ask the logical Abrar question. Have
Yeah, go
you
for
guys
it.
ever worn pantyhose?
Nah.
Only on my face while robbing a bank. Next
Oh.
question.
I
Yeah,
didn't
the
know that
leg
about
hair,
you.
the leg hair would get stuck in there, and it'd be a little uncomfortable.
Wait, I'm getting a message from the beyond.
Uh-oh.
It wasn't important.
If
Move on.
only we had
we go.
a woman's insight, but no woman wanted to appear. So
Nope.
that's a shame.
It's
a
okay.
damn
It's,
shame.
it's okay. It's okay. Because Ren accidentally got trapped while sitting on the chair getting covered by an ice cream sundae. She got spun around and got kicked out. And then the chair became the movie Christine.
Christine.
And it chases both Ren and Lewis. Ren and Lewis collided with Miles McDermott, who was walking around in the backyard for some reason.
So there's something that happens here. Sorry to cut you off. That
Yeah.
this movie, if I had to say one thing, this movie excels at, it is camera following characters being chased.
Yes.
There's a
Oh,
lot. of it.
100%.
It does it like 3 times, and it's amazing every time.
It's like Evil Dead, man. Whoever the director was. Oh, I forgot to mention the director. I didn't mention him. Whoever he was, he probably watched Evil Dead.
Probably
You
why
forgot to
Christy
mention him, but
Carlson
you're
reminded
not going to
of that.
mention him now.
No,
There you go.
I don't
Too
want.
late.
If someone can look him up, let me know.
No. It's too late.
I'm sure. He was walking around the backyard. He is claiming to be the State Department. Informs them that they have won a trip to the South Pacific island of Mandalino, where they will serve as goodwill ambassadors. With all except Lewis excited by the offer, the family and Beans fly out to Mandalino. Would you guys accept this offer by Miles?
Absolutely not.
No. And
No.
here's why. This man walks into my backyard, uninvited. Then he somehow, despite seeing all of my kids, as far as he knows, getting chased through the backyard by a sentient chair, one of which is covered in a mysterious brown sticky fluid we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
And then when I tell him I'm not interested, he pretends that he's going to get the lawyers involved so that he can give me this gift.
Yes.
This is not a gift.
Oh. What about you, Anthony? Do you want to go to Mandalino?
I mean, yeah, it looks great. It has like trees and waterfalls and natives of different colors. Like, I agree with Lewis that you could have an adventure here and make him breakfast and do his laundry.
What a
really
piece
like
of
that
shit!
bit.
Mom, don't you want to stay here and wash my underwear for me?
I mean that's the thing is watching this movie. I was reminded why Shia LaBeouf was the sort of like Disney Channel star that he was, and why
Yes.
he went off to do like movies and things. Like he really does bring a both like chaotic, quirky sitcom energy while also having a bunch of like really natural line deliveries. So
Yes.
he's bringing it. He's bringing it, and I really appreciate that.
Oh, he's good. No, to be honest, if Miles gave me this presentation, I would accept him. I'll accept the offer, just like the family.
I do like that they throw in there like, oh, Mandalino is populated by shipwreck survivors, so that they can be like, that's why our actors are white.
Oh,
Oh.
That's the easy way to say it.
I found out who the director is.
Who is he?
Michael Bay.
It's a man named Sean McNamara, and the reason I'm coming in to say this is because
Oh
his
my
work-
God! What?
his work is a little insane. So
Yeah.
he did a lot of like Disney Channel and Nickelodeon type things. He directed like the Bratz movie. He directed the Sweet Life movie, and this obviously he directed Soul Surfer.
Oh,
And last year he had a film come out. He directed 2024's Reagan.
what? With what's his name?
Is that a
Dennis
sequel
Quaid.
Dennis Quaid movie? Oh my god!
Yes.
Is that a sequel to Megan?
No. It's about President Ronald Reagan.
Oh,
Was that
my
movie good?
God.
I didn't even watch that.
You'd have to watch to find out because I certainly didn't.
We got biopics for both of the bad, like, worst presidents in American history in the same year.
Very different films.
Oh my god!
Very
Um,
well.
Last thing I'll say about Sean McNamara is he's apparently the godfather of known actress Christy Carlson Romano.
Oh, okay then. Nepotism, I guess.
I suppose so.
All right. Well, when the Stevens and Beans arrived, they were greeted by the locals of Mandalino. They had a Mandalino hat of friendship. They visit. Oh yeah, the chief Tuca. The way he welcomes Stevens' family is so funny. He says, "Welcome, Stevens' family," and he blows a horn. I love that.
I feel like
This guy was in a lot of stuff.
He was the voice of the grandpa from American Dragon Jake Long. That's immediately what I clocked him as.
Yeah, he did a lot of like various words.
He welcomes them in an incredibly funny way. He says, "Welcome, Stevens' family."
He says, hello.
To be fair, Abrar is right. He do it justice, but he is right. Yeah, and then he blows like a conch that makes the sound that says the White Walkers are coming.
Yes, absolutely. Welcome, Stevens' family. They visit the palace.
Welcome, Stevens' family. They do a chant.
They visit the palace of Tuca, aka, of course, the chief leader, where they will live. What do you guys think about this palace and the diverse locals?
Think it doesn't exist?
I think they made it in Blender in like 30 minutes.
I think I've never seen a like MS Paint looking effect in a movie before.
It was so bad. I don't know why. I remember it was looking good. I don't know if it was CG at the time, but looking at it now, it doesn't look great.
Well, I don't think as a kid you would ever think about such a thing. You're just like, there it is.
That's
But
true.
as an adult who's watched many, many, probably too many films, wow, that's the fakest looking thing I've ever seen. And it probably cost them too much to make it. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Probably.
But what about the diverse locals? There are a lot of people who don't look alike.
They're mostly
diverse, all
white.
right.
They're mostly white. The chief
Yeah.
is some kind of Asian, and that there's like a handful of scattered other shades, but they're mostly white.
I guess so. Well, while everyone is having fun, Donnie ran into someone that he knows from school on the island, but the guy kept saying he's someone else. He was saying, "My name is Lalo. My name is Lalo."
Are we gonna pass over the friendship hat?
I already talked about that.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Apparently,
They just
maybe I was
put a
laughing at the
pineapple on their
entrance.
Yeah, I said it in the beginning. Well, Donnie talked about his concerns to the parents, and Steven, the dad, of course, said, "Bro, we are on an island. The last thing you're gonna do is run to your classmates." And he's probably right.
Well, he was wrong.
No.
He was objectively incorrect.
Well, we see Ren being lonely by the ocean, and the local Mutai comes by and starts to flirt. We didn't mention about Mutai. What do you guys think about him now?
Attractive.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
he's
He reminds me of Paul Walker from Too Fast, Too Furious. I don't know why.
Forget about it, cuh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yes.
God damn.
Yeah, he's cute.
Yeah,
He's got He's got that early 2000s ramen hair and the blue eyes. What's not to like?
Oh, it's dreamy.
a little buff. I like it.
I feel like, and I hate to even say this, but I feel like if you told AI to create like 2002 hunk on beach, it would come up with this image.
Yeah.
100%.
That's fair. That's fair. Is he the most like Y2K looking man that we've had so far? Because that's obviously
Ooh.
Xenon was filled with that kind of stuff.
There
So,
was
like,
a lot.
Does he beat
You know
him
what?
out?
I was gonna ask: is Mutai better than Protozoa?
Ooh,
No.
good
Who wins
question.
that matchup?
No, for sure he's not better than Protozoa. Wait, in terms of being attractive, or what are we talking about?
Just all
Chess
encompassing.
match.
Whatever you take it to mean.
His aura.
I like Protozoa better because he's not trying to get with a 13-year-old girl.
That we know of.
That
Yeah.
we know of. He's not on screen trying to get with a 13-year-old girl.
He's a pop star, so you never
Or no.
you never know.
Well, a horn starts blaring, which means the Stevens family is being summoned for a great honor. The honor is to eat the island slug. They were disgusted to eat it, besides beans, of course. He was eating it all. Lewis ran into the palace to find the American munchies, as said by Miles. Lewis found it in the pantry, and he starts to take everything.
What do you
also
think?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what do you think on set these slugs were made out of?
I think they were real slugs, no?
No,
No. What?
no, they had like little faces on them.
Yeah,
Oh.
their eyes and
They were made out of
whatever.
Play-Doh and pretzel sticks. And...
They
No.
That
look
was
like
real.
some kind of like God no. What are you crazy? No, it's clearly it's some kind of like boiled sausage or something where it just has no color in it at all.
I was
thought it was some sort of dough
really
material.
paying attention to the consistency of these slugs on these sticks, and I thought it was just like a firm, like almost like half baked like cookie dough that they slathered in some sort of blueberry slime.
That's definitely possible.
I
It
guess.
looked very doughy to me.
Quick, someone ask Shia.
No, he'd
Shia.
say, "Don't eat the worm. Made me crazy. Don't eat it.
Oh, yeah.
The
That's
worm
what
is the way he is."
I don't know. I thought it was convincing. I thought they were real slugs.
My guy, it had like googly eyes and pretzel sticks sticking out of the top of its head. What are you talking about?
It
Yeah,
convinced me. I don't know.
that's crazy.
Well, he also opened the Forbidden Chamber. Forbidden
Well, okay.
Chamber.
It was a
the-
door that said "keep out."
What's his name? I forget what's his name in the guy who gave him the trip. What's his character's name?
Tim
Miles.
Meadows.
Well, okay, what was
Meadows.
his character?
Meadows.
He told them
Yeah.
while they were eating the slug that the chief keeps like a secret stash of American snacks, and so he's like very clearly like leading Lewis to go and do crimes.
Man,
Sure, yeah.
Some of these nondescript There's a box that says fruit snacks.
Yep.
There are boxes that just say real good.
I like the real good. Yeah, I was a fan
We
of that
think
one.
we
Real
think
good.
Well, he opened the forbidden chamber of mystery. It says, "Do not open." He found the chair of chairs. He sat on it with his munchies. He pulled the lever, and the palace starts to self-destruct.
Oh, emo
The-
tip.
Emo type. The locals and
You mustn't sit in the chair.
the locals and everyone else came by, and they were truly upset because Lewis has now put a curse on the locals of Mandalino.
Wait, Tim Meadows says it too. He's like, "Well, you just cursed the whole island, so good job."
That's what he said.
Well, do we blame Lewis for this incident?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, spoilers. It's not real, so kind of no, but yes.
Well, I
He
don't
just
blame him, man.
insulted a bunch of islanders to go eat American snacks and sit on a throne he wasn't supposed to even know about.
He destroyed someone's house, and yet, yeah, he did it on accident, but it's still his fault. It's house manslaughter at best.
He's just a kid. He just wants some American snacks.
No,
All right.
he's
All
paying
right.
for that house.
That is true. Well, Miles told the family to leave the area and live somewhere else since Lewis cursed everything. As the bickering, the fighting between Ren and Lewis carry on, the family decided to break into two groups. Steve, the dad, Ren, and Beans builds a shelter, and Elaine, the mom, Donnie, and Lewis get some firewood. As Lewis' group gathers wood, they encountered Miles. Miles said the tribal leaders are having a meeting, and if they go right away and say sorry, hopefully everything will be fine. But he said the apology should be into three groups, groups of three. At the tribal meeting, Lewis speaks to the fire god statue and says, "I'm sorry, and I won't destroy another palace again." The tribal leader says it will consider your apology, but first they will eat. What do you guys think about this feast apology?
I don't get it. I
What do
want
you
you to
mean?
apologize by eating this food with eat this food and we'll forgive you.
The Stevens family really set themselves up to be marks because they listened to
Yes.
everything without question.
That is
Yeah,
true.
pretty much.
true.
Except
That's
for Beans, who was like, the wind's in that way and you don't smell like food, all that kind of stuff. Beans was the detective on the island.
Yeah, he was the smart one.
It turns out.
It does, turns out. But back at Ren's group, Ren tries to find Mom, but got encountered by a snake. Don't worry, guys. Mutai came in the rescue and scared off the snake.
Boy,
Yeah. he did make those noises. Mutai give Ren a shell necklace, and it came from the heart of Mutai. Mutai told Ren that his mom's group are having a big feast. Steve, the dad, made fire, but Bean sneezed the fire out. Hilarious.
I don't even know if that's possible.
That must be a big sneeze then.
Yeah, that's probably true. That reminds me, I was on a sort of family trip once, and we were outside, and there was a fire. They were having trouble starting it. My brother Zachary stepped over, and I guess his plan was to kind of like blow on it lightly to spread the flames, and he didn't. He just went like, and it went out
Like a
immediately.
birthday cake.
It was great.
Oh, geez. Well, Mutai shows Ren Lewis's group eating their feast and is mad and is about to interrupt, but Miles said, Miles out of nowhere told her you can't do that because it will be unforgivable. The feast is done, and the tribal chief calls out the fire god. Tribal chief. Oh, Oprah. Are they now worthy of forgiveness? The fire god released fire, and Miles said, it means you are gonna be shunned, meaning the locals will not talk to them at all Miles said, "In 7 days, the next plane will arrive."
That doesn't make any sense. Why is it 7 days? When they get shunned, they all turn around. They just like, we're not
Yeah.
gonna look at you.
Well, if you're this family or Lewis in this instance, well, how do you be feeling? You'd be feeling like the world is gonna end for you guys.
Yeah, if I ever get shunned, my feelings will be real hurt.
Well,
Yep.
well, as Lewis' group return to their base, tensions start to rise within the group, without of them knowing. This is, of course, this is by design. They are, in fact, on a reality TV show called Family Fakeout, hosted by Miles, who is determined to make the show a success after being outcasted as producer of another hidden camera show called Gotcha. Lewis's friend Alan Twitty being one who informed the production about the Stevens family, and he thought it would be fun for them. So, do we blame Tweety for this?
Well, not really.
Just like in You Wish, he is correct to try and get these people out of society.
Oh, okay. We're not blaming him for different reasons.
I don't blame the bear, Kenai. Yeah, I mean, I think he had good intentions, but like, what was he thinking was going to happen?
Someone approached him and said, "We're gonna take this family that you're friends with, and we're gonna send them on an island vacation, and we're gonna and they're gonna be on TV. They're gonna be on a reality TV show. How fun is that? So tell us everything you know about this family." And he said, "How fun? Yeah, I'll help out." And then he tunes in to see how like horrifically mistreated they're being and embarrassed. And he's like, "I didn't know that was gonna happen." So he immediately takes steps to like try to rescue them from it. And yet the whole thing is like, this is your fault. You sold them. Even he's saying, "I sold you guys out. I'm sorry." You didn't know.
Right. He did still do it though. I do like that part where it cuts to Lewis and Beans and him being like, "Hold me." I did get a laugh out of that.
And Beans
That was
wins.
good.
I don't know. We'll have to go to the lore librarian of the TV show on this one. Is the mom a U.S. senator or a state senator? Because the
She's a state
implications of
senator.
her being set up for one of these is pretty rough either way.
It says it at the end when her little when that gotcha and her name pops up. It says state senator. So
State senator. Okay. And what
Yeah.
state? Is it California?
California. They're from
California.
Sacramento.
They're in Sacramento.
Okay.
I know that much.
Yeah, they have a song about it.
Wow.
Well, Daniel,
Yeah.
of course, this is a reality TV show.
Yeah, I knew this was coming.
You love the show Survivor. Do you
Yeah.
think Jeff Probst would do something like this?
No. For one, I think it's incredibly illegal. But
Thanks for playing.
mostly, I think it's because I have seen people can try and compare like the fake show on this to Survivor. It's obviously not for a multitude of reasons. Like the only commonality is that they both take place on a beach in a presumed tropical area. Although we find out that this is just like off the shore of California, so not really, but whatever. Otherwise, there's no challenges, there's no immunity, there's no it's not a prank show,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they're not similar at all. I don't think that there's really much comparison outside of they're on sand and making a lean-to out of sticks and leaves.
Yeah,
I'll jump in and say that Joe Rogan would do this to people.
Oh,
Gaten, whatever the hell from Stranger Things, he would have done it.
Yeah. Chris McRae.
Yeah, he would make like homeless people eat bugs and laugh at them.
Yeah.
well, in the next morning, everyone woke up due to Beans farting. Lewis said, "Mother of Pearl, Beans! Mother of Pearl!"
Well, to be fair, Lewis fell asleep with his head in Bean's asshole.
I just need to, need to say, we've already discussed that he's not a good person in real life, but God, was Shia LaBeouf funny.
Yeah.
He had such comedic timing, always.
He just yelled a lot. I don't think I agree.
That's what you needed back in the day. Like, that's what we're talking about, is that when you're a kid and this guy screams and yells funny. Like that's what you needed. I mean, there's a lot of that in this movie. Daniel, I understand you don't like Shia LaBeouf screaming. That's fair.
I just don't like
allowed, by
screaming
the
in
way.
general.
That's you know
But-
what? That's allowed. You're allowed to not like screaming. You're allowed to not like Shia LaBeouf. That's all kosher with me.
That's very fair. But there's a lot of him
Just-
yelling in this movie in very humorous ways. You know,
There's-
I liked this quite a bit.
There is precisely one scream that got me, and it's coming up soon.
Is it the famous one? The one that
Probably.
will always live in my head rent free.
It's the I can and I or we can
Yeah.
and we will.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
That's the
yeah.
one.
That's the one that gets me. Yeah. The rest of it, I'm just like, I hate this kid, and I understand why everyone's laughing at him being on TV because I'm sure everyone in town is sick of this family.
Lewis probably
Everyone-
deserves it.
Everyone
That's
except
fair.
Ren should have been left on this island to die.
Oh,
what did
God.
Donnie do?
Donnie
Yeah, leave
is
Donnie
a
alone.
worthwhile sacrifice. I'm willing to leave him if that is the cost of getting rid of the rest of them.
Donnie looks so old. I think he needs to get back to his other family.
Yeah, what do you mean
Honestly.
he's just going to college?
He's not very smart. He's probably been there a while.
Exactly. He needs to get back to his kids and his other kids and his own family to make sure this doesn't happen to them.
Oh, come on, Daniel. I love this
Uh-huh.
family. I love Louis Stevens, the character. I love him.
Nah. To be fair, he only seems to like he doesn't seem to like bully people who are below him. Like he's not bullying people. He's just an asshole. So like I don't necessarily think that Louis Stevens is a bad person. I just think society's better off without him.
He's mean to the
Damn.
nerdy kids sometimes.
So to Tom, yeah, that's true.
Well,
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
look at Tom though.
Yeah, he deserves it.
Fair enough. He has a boat. We'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Miles creating narratives on the show saying Elaine, the mom, is making more money than Steve, the dad, since he's between jobs. It's kind of messed up.
That is true,
Ooh.
though. That is what was happening.
Yeah, but you don't have to say it.
No, you don't
Uh,
have to say it, but they
I
did.
don't know. Well, as Ren's group gets trying to look for food, they see a squirrel. Steve says that's breakfast. As they approach, the squirrel chases them. They encounter Miles, and Miles says, "Don't worry, they will be a food drop, and it will last for a week.
Why not just have the plane land?
Don't worry, because the plane dropped food far from their reach." Ren's group were like, "What the hell?" Miles said, "What's the matter, Steve? You bringing home the bacon?" So Miles is making it worse for everyone.
He's instigating.
Yes, and yes, about the squirrel scene. Would you guys be scared if that approaches to you?
No. I'd murder
well,
the thing.
I probably. Well,
I
know what, I'm gonna say no comment.
I feel confident that I could take a squirrel in a fight.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not usually big on like my fighting ability. Relatively
Mhm.
confident I could take a squirrel.
Right. Well, it looks
Can't get-
menacing to me. And
Yeah, but
also,
you're afraid of like house cats, so like
terrified. You're terrified of. You're
Again,
terrified of cats.
they might like jump on me and then scratch
They
my face.
They won't do
Abrar-
that. No.
That's
Abrar is
not a
also the size of
cartoon.
a squirrel, so you know.
That's true.
That's-
It's very,
There
very,
you
very
go.
small.
I am small. Well, let me edit that out. But Beans,
No.
Beans is pretty smart though. Miles said the wind knocked off the plane course, but Beans said there's no wind here. Again, Beans being smart and it's part of this
Yeah.
movie here.
way more useful than Spencer Breslin.
I wish he was a little bit smarter and he could have asked how the colored markers they were meant to follow knew where the plane was going to drop stuff.
For real.
If he was just a tad
Yep.
bit smarter, maybe we would have gotten an answer for that.
Hey, listen, if these characters are 13 and 11, then he's like 4.
Yes.
That's fair. That's true. really,
Yeah.
realistically, it's Ren who should have probably noticed that on account of she's
Dad
the
is
smart
30.
one. Dad's 30, but he's an idiot. You know what I mean? Although I will say, okay, so we've sort of split into these two groups now of Beans, Dad, and Ren, and the other 3 idiots. The other 3 idiots are screwed. They're boned. But like Ren's group should be fine. Ren's smart. Beans is a dead weight, that's for sure. But Dad's at least proven he can start fire. You know what I mean? Like they would probably be all right.
Lewis has that engineering brain. He can do stuff.
Lewis-
We don't see him do stuff, but he could theoretically.
He
You're
built
right.
that chair.
The mom has to carry that team 100%.
The mom
Didn't
at one point tries to split a single peanut into 3 pieces and cannot even get that done.
Hey,
Daniel,
listen.
Daniel, they were going mad with hunger. That was their second day without food.
No, they
That's
had
true.
food. The other team didn't.
They had a whole feast.
Yeah.
By the end of this, where we see Donnie walk up and his shirt is torn to shreds, and I'm like, it's been 48 hours.
It's
Yeah.
been stressful. It's been a hell of a time on this island.
This is a big island. And of course, Steven, Lewis built that chair, right? So again, you're right, Skyler. He does have an engineering mind.
Yeah, but I don't think he's got that Swiss Family Robinson shit in him. I think that he is
He
like
could've,
I stapled a
That's something the movie didn't
CD
lean
player.
into. Lewis doesn't even build the lean-tos. He could have built like stuff out of coconuts, like Gilligan's Island Professor style, but he never did.
I don't remember the show, so all I have to go based on is one chair that immediately malfunctioned. So I'm not thinking I'm trusting him to build anything.
But the stuff that he makes out of coconuts could malfunction too, and there's the comedy.
That's all right. True.
Well, back at Lewis's group, Donnie is alone, and Miles sent Lilo to come in. Lilo came by in his casual clothes, and as he's going in school normally, told Donnie that he'll be late for class, and he was gonna cut English class. Donnie was like, "Oh shit, I was right. You are Patrick Green." Donnie talked to Mom and Lewis about what he saw, and Lewis said the best line in the entire movie. He said, "Donnie, relax. I mean, this morning I thought I saw a cheeseburger doing yoga."
I don't know if that's the best in the movie, but I do remember them like playing that in the ads.
Yes.
Right, yeah, that's
It
true.
was silly. Yeah.
I also need to point out that Donnie seeing his old classmate and then thinking he's going crazy, almost shot for shot, Daniel, happens in an episode of Star Trek. They're just playing the hits from Shore Leave.
Is okay. I see what you're saying. Is he a literary character? Is that what you're saying?
He's not a literary Also in the Shore Leave episode, Kirk sees an old classmate of his that he like chases through the woods in a somewhat homoerotic way.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Somewhat.
is it a former lover? Is it a former classmate?
Yeah.
Is it both?
Ooh, maybe
Man,
Donnie
ass
is
mate.
I'm just saying.
It's gonna lay him low. That's true.
Whoa!
No.
That's one of his families.
Well, again, I just love. I think I have to write it on my wall. Just that line. It's so good. But
Cheeseburger doing yoga.
yeah.
Your
Who
mom's
can't
gonna
think-
have a lot of questions about your life
Yeah.
choices if she doesn't already.
Well, it's a
Oh,
Hall of
it's her
Fame line
wall.
for me. It's a Hall of Fame line for me, man. Well, Miles came by and created more tension. He said a food drop happened over there, and Ren's group are almost there. Lewis's group got mad and started to go after it. Also, Lewis threw his Hawaiian shirt, and Miles picked it
Lewis.
up. That would come in handy. Yes. Lewis's group reached the drop by following the blue flag, and the food is gone. Ren's group visited the drop by following the red flag, and the food is gone. Ren found Lewis's shirt. The tension is now at an all-time high with the family. I do have a question for you guys here. I'll go with you, Steven. Has someone in your family ate your food without you knowing?
Oh my god.
All the time.
Oh.
the name is Steve Sr.
Yeah, my dad.
Steven's father.
The other Steven.
Oh, God.
Pain.
What about you
in the
guys?
ass.
Ah, jeez. What about you guys? Skyler, D'Anthony, anyone? Has that ever happened to you?
Anyone, please. I sure. Yeah. I mean, I really like in this scene, not to detract. She's holding a box. The mom's holding a box of honeycomb.
Yes.
But much like all the other foods, it's not labeled that. So it just says honey with a little hyphen on it. They just blocked out the comb. So just a box of honey, I guess.
Box
That's
of
fine.
honey. It's seeping through.
Yes.
Well, Twitty and Tawny learn from Coach Tugnut that the family is actually on the nearby Catalona Island.
This diner
Yeah.
is where the coach really comes into his own as far as this film's comedy goes.
True.
When he
Well,
gets a hold of those pancakes.
he's pestering him the whole time. One, he's dressed in his coach attire. It's summer, dude. We know you're
Yes.
the coach. You don't need a hat that says coach on it. And Twitty has not even started to eat his pancakes. And he's like,
No.
Are you sure you want those pancakes, Twitty? He really wants those pancakes for some reason. And he gets them. He does in the end.
But you look cool. Go ahead and pass those over.
It's summer vacation. He's not getting paid anymore, so he
And
can't
the
afford to get his own.
The second he gets the
Oh.
pancakes, he puts like the biggest bite, and every
Oh.
time there's a comedic gulp sound.
Yeah.
Like he's choking on these pancakes. He's eating them so fast. I gotta tell you, if there was one joke that I actually like remembered from this movie without fail, it's that for some reason. It's the coach eating pancakes.
It's a great scene. So they sail out with Tom to rescue them. Tom's boat is really nice.
Yeah.
He also said he also said, "What's up?" Was that
Is
Tom?
it- oh, wow.
Was that what? Was that?
It sure was
Tom
the
always like that?
2000s.
Yeah. Was Tom always like that in the show? I don't remember.
What do you mean always like that? He was trying to act cool because he's like
Yeah.
a lame,
Yeah,
dorky
he's-
nerd.
He's
Unless
different
you
on the
mean
boat.
was he always a boat captain?
Yeah. Oh, that too.
It's a summer pastime. I'm assuming his family's rich.
Oh. All right. Well, we get a family fight after what happened at the drop. They truly hate each other now. Of course, we get that iconic scene. You can say it, Daniel. What Lewis said.
I can, and I will.
Oh.
That's good.
We get a waterfall. This fake ass waterfall scene with
Yes.
with Ren and Mutai.
Yes, waterfall.
I said when I saw
That's
this, I'm
what-
like, you guys couldn't just get a real waterfall, and then the close up, they have a real waterfall.
Well, no,
Uh-huh.
they needed a bigger shot. I listen. All right, guys, this is a Disney Channel original movie, a DCOM. For a DCOM, this is some pretty good compositing because they have a digital background that then goes into a close up of a real set. So we have the real set cropped into this sort of like luscious background. Listen, it's not George Lucas's Attack of the Clones fucking digital waterfalls, all right, which would have been around the same time period this movie came out. But for a DCOM, for them to use this like bigger shot to establish it and then go into the rest of the scene on the actual set, that's movie making right there.
I see what you mean. I see
it's
what
like
you're saying.
iMovie making.
Looking at this makes me feel gross.
This is. I will say this isn't the worst version of this in the movie. I would say, and we didn't talk about it at the time, that the worst part is when they're running towards the palace at the first part of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, they
And
look
he's
weird.
like clearly
Yeah.
has to like stop running at one point because he's gotten to the green screen or something, and so he just kind of like starts hopping in place.
Hey,
We also-
look, I'll just say this. There's a shot that could arguably one of the like the ugliest shots in the movie, and I think it's the best shot in the movie. And it's coming up at the end of the
Yes.
film.
Yes,
An
yes,
iconic
yes.
shot that I would never, I would not trade the world for.
Is
Right.
it
After
the,
the way the movie
is
looks.
it the
No, we'll
shot
talk about
that-
that. We'll talk
is
about
the-
that.
Oh.
okay?
Well, something that's different than that I'll say that we didn't talk about is when the palace falls apart, it looks like an Angry Bird stage.
Oh my god,
Pieces.
it falls
Yeah.
apart like Lincoln Logs.
Yeah.
Well, there was a live poll of will Ren let Mutai kiss her?
This 13-year-old girl.
Why? And I know
Nice.
that the answer is supposed to be like a parental kind of way, but why was the principal so against
Yeah.
this?
Because she's like
Wait,
a straight A student, and you
That's
know
like
she
a
can't be doing this
protege.
stuff.
Yeah, he really respected her, like,
Looking out for her.
but also, come on,
Look,
dude, maybe
I
turn the
under-
TV off.
I understand. I understand that our high school experience was colored by several not great teachers, but I think this was probably okay.
I'm willing to believe it's okay. I'm just saying it plays a little weird.
I do think it's weird that the pranks that we're playing on the family are making fun of a guy for not making as much money as his senator wife.
Yes.
Gaslighting
Gaslighting
Donnie.
100%.
Oh yeah. Gaslight everybody, but
gaslighting Donnie, turning Lewis into a domestic terrorist, and then trying to get this prepubescent girl shacked up with your surfer boy.
Let's really play with this 13-year-old girl's emotions.
And this is
and
not
kill Beans.
good.
So like, there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going
trying to
on.
murder Beans.
Ren wanted to kiss Mutai, but she's not ready. Mutai,
That was she's a very mature young lady.
100%.
Probably because she's 19, but
Yeah. She's an old soul.
everyone's an old soul in this universe.
Mutai, who is told to romance her to boost ratings at the production. Shortly after arriving, Twitty and Tawny are separated, and Twitty is intercepted by the show security, while Tawny gets hit on the head with the coconut and gets knocked out.
It's like a James Bond movie.
I will say, one, I think the Tawny coconut amnesia thing is the laziest part of the movie for me. And two, this is another callback with Twitty to the show. So Twitty gets captured, right? And they're like interrogating him. And he's like, look, guys, I told you already. My name is Lars Honeytoast. And when I was a kid, I did the Rick Dalton point at the screen because I was like, holy shit. That is a reference to an earlier episode. There's an episode where Lewis and Twitty attempt to buy like shoes because there's like popular sneakers that are around at school, and the only way they can afford them is to get them on the black market, and they give fake names, and his fake name that he gives to the guy is Lars Honeytoast. So the fact that they brought that back as a little Easter egg for the fans for this movie, I was blown away as a kid.
I did remember the Lars Honeytoast thing when he said it. I couldn't have told you what episode it was from, but I was like, I know that's a reference to he called himself that once before.
You guys are learning. I was a big fan of this show.
Oh yeah.
The only episode I remember is the Halloween one where they were scooping out people's eyeballs and making them drink milk.
That's a classic.
Well, again, Even Stevens. If you have to rank the shows off the top of my head, I think Even Stevens is number one. Then That's So Raven. I don't know, but
that's a different podcast.
That's a different thing. Yes.
Yeah, when we rewatch all of Even Stevens, and you do that one without me.
How many seasons are there? It's like 3, right? 3 or 4?
Well, I already have IMDb open, so I'll let you know. It is.
He had it open, but to a different show.
I had it to the movie.
Yeah.
It has 65 episodes.
Okay, that's not
3
bad.
seasons.
Really?
Okay. I feel like there was more. All right.
I think that's pretty par for the course for
a show.
Children's show. Yeah.
Yeah. As you guys mentioned, in the next morning, Lewis's group tries to split a peanut for 3. The mom dropped the peanut while cutting, and the squirrel ran and ate it with it.
So was that a real squirrel or was that the robot squirrel?
I think that's a real squirrel.
Because doesn't it chase them later? It chases somebody. I think it chases Donnie.
I think it already chased him, didn't it?
Well, yeah, no, but it chases him again.
I don't know, man.
I believe so.
Because a robot wouldn't eat a peanut, yeah?
I think this one did.
Oh my goodness.
Did that robot eat a peanut?
At Ren's group, they were trying to figure out how the fire gone out. It turns out Beans peed it out at night.
Good job, Beans.
The dad made it worse by telling Ren that you were so happy to come here after Gil broke up with her. Damn.
Oh, low blow from Dad. What the hell?
I don't know.
That's going to factor into the Guardian rankings. He does immediately apologize, and that will also factor in. But
yes,
that's crazy.
Well,
yeah, Ren, you don't know which Guardian he's going to choose. He might choose the principal.
Principal Wexler. I will say, during that time, Principal Wexler looked like my uncle. I was like, oh, my uncle's here.
Your
What?
uncle is a
Wow.
partly black man?
No, he just looks like him. Without
Okay.
the skin color.
You famously are not good
trust
at
it.
comparing people.
Can't
That's-
trust a
yeah,
word
that's
he
true.
says. Can't trust a word he says. Go
No,
on. Let's keep going.
No, trust me. Ren meets with Mutai, and they finally kissed. The audience felt the romance, but Mutai, aka Jason, breaks character and almost tells Ren the truth, but is stopped by other native actors. Kayfabe. Miles has them to tell Ren that Lewis informed them about her and Mutai, which Ren vowing vengeance on her own little brother.
Do you like how the guy says, that is a good question? When he's trying to like blindside.
He's a professional.
Oh, that's Chief Tuka right there. Twitty escapes the trailer he was in posing as an actor. Twitty cuts the live feed, and while technicians work to get it running again, Donnie finds Tawny. The parents, Donnie, Beans, all meet up and tries to figure out what's really happening. Beans found some cables, and Tawny finally remembers everything and tells them the truth. At the production, Miles fired everybody.
Yeah, that
Next
was a
scene.
little running bit by the end of this where you just go around the set saying, "You're fired, you're fired, you're fired."
I liked it when he was
Too
like,
bad.
who are you? You're fired. I like that.
Yes.
I wish I
Uh,
could do that at my job. Oh, it'd be so nice.
Oh, it'd be great.
I get real quick before we continue. So when the show goes out, this is my last reference to the show. They cut the feed, and then back at the diner, we see that they had to fill time. So they
Yes.
cut to a woman making little Easter egg, like little bunnies out of Easter
Mhm.
eggs and whatnot. So this is another payoff to a character. So the character is Cynthia Mills. She used to be like a TV reporter in the show, and there was an episode where they tried to make it look like Beans was a genius, and they would like feed him answers to make it look like he knew the answer to like every question ever. And there's a part where like he has to wear this giant hat to conceal like the radio so that he can figure out all the answers there. And
Like SpongeBob.
this sort of like disgraces her on live television, and so she got kicked off of being like a news reporter. So this is the fate of her. We find out
Oh.
after that disgrace that she's now on like public access television doing like little HGTV like home kits. And so
Oh
yeah,
my
if you watch
God.
the show, you'd be like, wow, this lady got kicked all the way to here because of the crazy shenanigans of this show. Look at her now.
The Easter egg
payoff.
lady was an Easter egg the whole time.
Wow.
Oh
Wow.
my God. I did have a question actually about the show while you're on the topic. Who's this guy who is like, I don't know. My impression is that he had a crush on Ren, the like black guy with the earring.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's her friend.
That was like her rival, essentially.
Yeah.
He was like the second smartest kid in school, so that was like her academic sort of foil.
That's the
Oh.
guy, the don't look under the bed guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No,
Yes.
that's next decom list rewatch we do. That's going on the
I
list.
wanted on this one, and I was not listened to.
That's because you wanted to get rid of my pick.
Get rid of Lemonade Mouth.
We're doing
can't
Lemonade Mouth.
We can't watch Don't Look Under the Bed in December.
Yeah.
Be on, I promise you, listeners, I will not be on the Lemonade Mouth episode.
I will kidnap him and force him to be there. Abrar, extend the decom rewatch 6 months.
Oh, God.
Don't you dare.
Oh,
Don't
God.
you
Restart
dare.
the match.
I'll tell you this. I made the YouTube thumbnail for Lemonade Mouth, so it is official. So
Oh, you.
Oh, it's too late.
I'm sorry.
Put Skyler on it so he can't get out of it.
I've
Well,
seen
Son
it,
of a
but I'll
milk
be
carton, 'cause
there.
I'll be missing.
Steven, you said you saw it?
That's
before-
not a long time ago. Yeah.
I've never seen it.
I've seen it twice.
Oh, well, you got to be there.
I'm gonna watch it tonight out of spite.
Even Steven will be there.
All right. Well, the family, the family finds Tweety in disguise and told that they're not on TV right now. They show them the production site When the feed comes back, an enraged Ren begins pursuing Lewis, threatening to kill him. Thoughts on Ren the Hunter?
Oh, she makes a lot of noises, doesn't she? I want to say that the Twitty bit here is like straight out of The Lost World, the Jurassic Park sequel. He snuck in.
Yes.
And he let all the dinosaurs out.
You're right. He's Vince Vaughn, who apparently I was informed today I hate. So that's interesting. I don't know what
You
that's
hate
about.
Vince Vaughn now?
That's what I was told. I have no recollection of this. But that's what I was told today.
I was told I hate this man.
I don't know.
A curious one.
You guys tell me, have I ever expressed any sort of disinterest in Vince Vaughn? Because apparently I'm some sort of Vince Vaughn hater. I was not aware of this before now, but that's the information I've been given.
Well, did you like Anchorman?
Do you rightfully hate the Psycho remake?
Well, listen. I'm not saying I like Vince Vaughn either. I'm just saying I just don't remember ever openly admitting any kind of fault with him. Listen, I've seen Fred Claus. Okay,
Wait
I've seen Old School.
Old School.
Old School's fine. I mean, he was great in Jurassic Park. I mean, I thought he was great in there.
I don't like The Lost World.
Yeah.
They get to that part where the RVs are hanging off the cliff, and then they get pulled up, and I look at my watch, and I realize there's an hour left of the movie, and I'm like, I'm done, man.
Damn.
I can't
That's the best part. That's the best part of the movie.
Yeah, there's more movie after that.
They're hanging.
Well, Anthony, I think he's in that movie Nona's about like Italian grandmas or something. So watch that.
That's new.
Nona's?
Yeah,
Wedding Crashers.
He was already quit. Yeah.
No, yes, of course he was in. We all know Wedding Crashers. I'm saying Anthony has to watch Nona's. Dodgeball. Yeah, okay, Dodgeball.
I've seen Dodgeball.
Yeah.
Well, yes, Ren the Hunter. She's.
I think you hate him.
She puts the face paint on. She got the headband on. She got a spear. Will you guys be frightened of her?
No.
Well, she's 13, right? So.
Yeah, but Daniel, you have a sister. What if your sister did this to you?
I was smart enough to keep my sisters just off the edge of going feral with my pranks. So I wouldn't have come across this issue.
I'm also taller and stronger than my sisters.
Yeah, whereas Lewis is a little baby boy.
Yeah,
I don't have any sisters, so I think I'm solid there.
All right.
But you know what?
It's just like
she's kind of like she's like Princess Mononoke here a little bit.
What?
She's in the jungle and she's got a. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's like Kagome.
You're just saying names. That's.
Well, towards the end of this pursuit here, she corners Lewis on a cliff. And despite pleas to stop from the family and Miles, who confesses the truth, she pushes Lewis off the edge. As Miles breaks down, yes.
This is the shot. This is absolutely a shot. Him falling to his death is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one immediately after this.
Oh, not the sunset scene.
With the ladder.
Just Lewis
because that is not Shia LaBeouf on the ladder.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not him.
As Miles breaks down in guilt as he's saying, "No!" Lance LeBeau, the host of Gotcha, appears in a helicopter with Lewis safely in tow. While the feed was out, the family planned the prank to get back at Miles, ending his show and his career in the process. Thoughts on the scene here when he got Gotcha?
How'd they even get him?
Yeah, that was going to be my question. Is like, I get that we wanted to get back at this dickhead for putting us on this show, but also our plan to prank him back is to throw a, 12, 11-year-old off a cliff and hope he catches onto a ladder?
Well, no, Tawny and Twitty had a net.
They caught him. So then, and how did the helicopter sneak up?
Not
famously quiet item.
Very often we ask this question in movies. Steven's question when this happened was, how did he not hit the blades?
Oh,
that's a good question too.
These are good questions. But don't worry, they got him safely.
Yeah, they got him.
When they're on
Gotcha.
the show Gotcha, I like the scene where Lewis was like showing his leg for some reason when the camera's on him.
Ray
think
had
that was
said that was a very me moment. That's like that's
Yes.
something you would do, and I was like, I mean, where's the
Yeah.
lie?
Yes. All right. Lewis tells Ren that while he plays pranks on her, he would never do anything to hurt her. Of course. Jason apologized to Ren for leading her on and confesses that his feelings for her were real.
I like the way that Shia LaBeouf just rolls out of this scene. He just like
He
does like a
does.
little backflip and falls. And he's
To
gone.
his death. There wasn't a helicopter this time.
I don't think. Oh, maybe.
No.
Also, the way the filter they put it is like very red. It's just orange and red. I know they're trying to do a sunset here, but I think it's a little too much.
You
Yeah,
think
they're
it's
doing a
red. It
sunset.
looks more yellow. It looks like
Yeah.
we're
Breaking
in
Bad
a
Mexico.
in a Breaking Bad Mexico scene. Yeah,
I knew this.
that's exactly what I was gonna say.
I knew that's where you were going.
Oh, it was. The family returns home to Sacramento, where Ren and Jason begin a relationship. Donnie goes to college. Steve accepts a new job, of course, the dad, and Lewis goes back to chilling with Tawny. We get a song at the end of the movie called "Vacation," "Dream Vacation" by the Tweety Stevens Connection. Do you guys like this song here?
Not really, no.
Just
I watched
alright.
the full thing and I cannot remember it.
No, I don't either.
I love it. It's a reference to the fact of that episode where they started a band. I guess I
Yes.
had one more reference where they did an awesome like behind the music parody. So they kind of had them all together one last time.
So this
was
wasn't
pretty cool.
This wasn't them just trying to kickstart a musical career for Chrissy Carlson Romano.
Well, they certainly
No.
did try to do that, Disney Channel, but
Yeah, she had that song in
Done.
the Kim Possible movie. That was great. I listen to that occasionally.
Yeah, that's a good one.
There are a lot of songs in the show for sure. But yeah, that was the end of the movie here. I do have some interesting facts for this. Oh yeah, well, before I do that, is this movie a thumbs up or a thumbs down? I'll start with Anthony. Anthony, what do you think?
Well, I mean, if it wasn't obvious before, I grew up with this movie. I was very much a big Even Stevens fan, probably because my uncle was a big Even Stevens fan, and he was practically my older brother. So whatever he was watching, I was watching. I was totally into the comedy of this show, and to have a big
I'm here.
movie, like a big send off to the series, a first for Disney Channel. Really, like you'd think about all the other series that would get movies, and it's they get better from here. Maybe that can be argued, but as a fan of the show, I really enjoyed this. Thumbs up.
I agree with you the best here. Steven, do you love this movie? I know your name is Steven, but were you even here?
I wouldn't say love, but yeah, I enjoyed it.
Fantastic. And what about you, Skylar? Do you love this movie?
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
is.
think of
Why would
anything
you
else.
ask me like that? Do I love this movie? No, I don't. It held up as much as I thought it did.
Okay.
But if you're giving me like the thumbs up, thumbs down, I'm not gonna give it a thumbs down.
Okay.
I will give it a thumbs up. I think it's I love this family. Like all
I
these
do.
actors in this family are entertaining. Tim Meadows is entertaining. As a movie, I don't know if it really like carries the torch, but as like a send off for the show, I'm sure it works just fine. So yeah, I'll give it a thumbs up.
Okay. Daniel, do you watch this movie in the plane? Is it a plane movie for
If he
you?
likes it or not?
Is it a plane movie for me? No. I would definitely not watch this on a plane. I would prefer to just never watch this movie again. I don't.
Wow.
I didn't like it. This is for sure a thumbs down. I think this is probably one of the ones that we've watched so far that I have liked the least.
Oh,
Damn.
I think I would put this down like maybe even because I think right now my
Even,
lowest one
you
was
said
Luck
it.
of the Irish, and I think that I would maybe put this either on par or even below that because everyone in this movie just annoyed the hell out of me. Like I hated this family. All they do is scream, even before they were stressed out about dying on an island.
That is true.
There was like a couple of things in it that I was like, oh, that's cute. And then every 30 minutes in between, I was like, oh, I wish I wasn't doing this. I wish I wasn't doing it.
But Daniel, that's the charm of the Stevens family.
If I wanted that kind of charm, I would listen to one joke from a good comedian and then put my balls in a mouse trap and I'd have the same experience.
Whoa.
You could have just said, I'd listen to my real family, but instead you went with whatever the hell that
No,
was.
I like my
thought
real
that.
family.
That's okay.
That's the joke.
I on Letterboxd I rated because again, look, I watched this movie as a kid. Yeah, I okay. Before I say my rating here, I watched this movie as a kid. Just like I watched the show, just like Anthony here. I'm a big fan of the show. I think it's the best show on Disney Channel at the time. On Letterboxd, I gave it for this movie a rewatch. I gave it 5 out of 5.
I gave
What
it
did
a
you give
3.
it? 3? Okay, that's fine. Anthony, what about you? I don't think you rate old movies, right? You don't do that anymore?
I only, on Letterboxd, I only use it for new films that come out this year. But I have a heart. I'd rate it 5 stars. Beans was in the
Okay.
film, of course.
That is true.
Beans.
So, Steven, if you had Letterboxd, what do you rate it out of 5?
I'd also give it a 3.
3, okay. And
I didn't hate
Daniel,
it, but it was enjoyable.
that's good. Daniel,
I did review it on Letterboxd actually. Yeah,
What do you rate it?
I gave it 2 stars. I gave it 1 star for Christy Carlson
Beans.
Romano and
Oh.
a second star for Tim Meadows.
No.
all right.
She's
I like
kinda
that you're
crazy
using
now.
Letterboxd now.
She might be, but I have no idea what she's done in
She's
the
on
last
YouTube.
maybe 15 or 20 years.
What's
No,
the
she's
funny
not
girl up
bad.
to?
She's just, Chrissy Carson is just sort of like sad and cringe, like how Draco Malfoy actor Tom Felton is. It's unfortunate, that's all.
Was she
I heard
also
that
in
she's
the
a grifter.
CW show?
She's a little bit of a grifter, yeah.
That's all the
She's a
information I have.
podcaster. That's all you need to know.
Oh,
She's
well,
a
that's
podcaster.
That's disgusting.
I can't imagine being
I
something so
can't. Filthy.
Get
deplorable.
rid of all podcasters.
Gross.
I hate them. Well, let me get into this interesting facts here. Shia LaBeouf filmed Holes, the 2003 film, between the wrapping of the show and the filming of this movie. So he was doing triple duty here.
I would say Holes is a better film.
How come we didn't
Holes
watch
is great.
it?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
For
Wow,
Holes-
what a statement. You really want to
It's a
stick by
hot
that?
Gonna
Stephen
go on a limb here.
Holes was not an
Stephen
original
Holes?
movie.
Don't talk about my holes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
The next interesting fact: the film's working title was "The Stevens Get Even."
I think it's so funny that a film like this needs a working title.
Yeah.
And then the movie comes out and it's the Even Stevens
Even Stevens movie. Yeah, exactly.
Of course, our Ren Stevens at the time she was 19, right? So she had breast implants.
What?
During,
Excuse me?
during this film, yes.
Nice.
Let me go back. They didn't look
Wait,
like they've
You
been
guys don't know a
implanted.
lot about her, do you?
What did they
No.
look like before? Because she's
I
not
don't-
like gazonging out of these tops in this movie.
I don't know why I would need to keep up with, especially if she's crazy.
Anthony, you will like this last interesting fact here.
Okay.
Mad Dearborn, the creator of Even Stevens, was accidentally left out of this film after initial talks with Disney Channel president Gary Marsh, leaving him upset. As a makeup, Marsh let him write any decom he wanted, so Dearborn wrote Cowbells.
Wow.
Wow, I like
Uh,
it.
Because you love the
That was
Mashaka
choice.
girls.
He does.
I mean, Allie and AJ are pretty cool names, so that's nice. Yeah.
And they did the song for the Santa Claus movie, the credits.
Oh,
You remember that?
Okay.
I
All
don't
right,
remember
things are
which
coming
Santa
up
Claus it
Millhouse.
was. Maybe it was 2 and 3. I don't know.
All right, guys. It is time for the Battle of the Guardian.
All right, what is this?
Dun 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 dun.
You know
So-
what? I think I would like to explain it to Steven because
Go ahead.
I think it'll go faster than if you explain it to him.
Sure.
Steven, all these movies have parents in them, or at least some sort of parental guardian figure, right? We're ranking movie to movie who's the best one. Now you're coming in not having watched the other one, so you don't know how good or bad the other parents are. But Abrar will give you the rundown on who those are.
Most of them
So-
pretty bad.
Right now, the reigning, defending, undisputed guardian at the moment is the Smart House Dad from our first Disney rewatch. And then number 2. So right now he's the champion. But if you want to go
Wow.
on the list here, so it's Smart House Dad, On Judy from Xenon, Luck of the Irish Mom, Up and Away Dad, Good Dave You Wish Dad, Brink Dad, and then Evil Dave You Wish Dad. So now.
Forgot we did that.
So
We had to split it because that
Ooh.
movie was so boring. You guys created a different movie.
That's what happened in the film. That's what happened in the film.
He wish. That's what it's called.
So now it is time for our reigning champion to face one of the guardians of Even Stevens here. So
Just one of
you
them?
guys, hold on. Who will win now? Smart House Dad, the champion, or I'll give you both parents, the Even Stevens parents here.
Both.
Ooh,
Both
as a
parents.
tag team.
Oh, handicap.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
You gotta look at both of the good and the pros and cons of both of the parents because they did some bad things, but they also made it up. So
I think the Even Stevens parents are going to come in under and not dethrone the Smart House Dad, and that's mostly because I can't
Definitely.
imagine the Smart House Dad going as bonkers as they did with only 2 days of not getting food. And
This
by the
White
way,
House-
one of those groups had a feast. We didn't even
True.
talk about that.
True.
No, hang on. Let's think about it this way though. Yeah, I feel like in Smart House Dad, he got like legitimately angry. Remember when he was like, "God damn it, Ben, I need to have love." I feel like
Mhm.
these guys only
He
get
was
funny
right.
angry. These people where it's like they're goofy cartoon characters. I feel like if Smart House Dad yelled at me, I would like shrivel up and get nervous and actually
Yeah.
scared. So like it depends on what you're looking for. Do you feel
The
safer
anger-
with these people? Does that improve their chances, or do you like the realism of Smart Dad?
The
Sure,
anger
but
is
also
skewed.
on the other side of that, Smart House Dad would not have gotten his family into this situation unless
Well, his son
Tim
would.
Meadows was instead
The kid
played
would
by
have-
a
he
very
would have
attractive
eventually-
woman.
Oh, if Tim Meadows was in drag, yeah, maybe
If
that
Tim
would.
Meadows-
like Bugs Bunny.
If Tim Meadows
Yeah.
was a hot
Yeah.
lady, but he's not, so he wouldn't have gotten him in the situation. I would say I think that these parents are going to wind up somewhere in like the high middle, because I think that they are both good, loving parents, but they're also incredibly incompetent.
They're cartoony for sure, which not a lot of the parents are on this list. To be fair, they're
No.
not all goofy.
I think the dad's more incompetent. I think the mom has it a little bit locked down more than he does.
Sure, yeah.
But they are loving, and there's that whole thing by the end where they're like, we're the family, we're standing with each other.
yeah, they were.
I don't.
They
I
work
think-
together.
I still think like under the Smart House Dad, but not much lower, honestly.
Yeah, hit me with the top
I don't
four
remember
again.
Aunt Judy. I don't remember her at all. So I'm gonna let you guys speak for her on her behalf.
Aunt Judy was ride or die though. She went to space.
Yeah, Aunt
what
Judy was good.
She was scared
the
of
top
space, you're right.
four?
So,
Abrar.
are you got what you said?
What's the top?
We haven't
four?
decided. We're still deliberating.
Okay, so right now it's at the moment it is Smart House Dad, and then On Judy, and then Luck Mom, and then Up and Away Dad.
I would
Or-
put
or top
them-
four.
The Irish.
They're definitely
would go-
going above
would
Up and
go-
Away Dad, no doubt.
I'm thinking they would go above Luck of the Irish Mom too, because as much as I enjoyed her whole the length she went to lie to her son.
That's true. That's definitely true.
True, yeah.
I think
yeah.
we only put her so
I
high
agree.
because she was funny.
She was funny, and she had those Lord of the Rings shots with the big props.
Yeah, that's
Those are good
true.
shots. We like those.
So what it looks like you guys are saying is Smart House Dad still wins.
Yeah,
think
definitely
so.
Smart House Dad. Smart House Dad's going to be at the top for probably the entirety of this list.
Oh,
I would
yeah,
say
well,
him, Judy, then these guys.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
All right.
well, we can accept it. Yeah.
all right. So that means Smart House Dad has has retained his championship right here.
Steven
Let me
didn't
highlight.
get a final say in that at all. He just listened to us talk about it.
So Steven, what do you think?
I just heard a bunch of gibberish and shit I don't know, but yeah.
All right, yeah.
All right. All right. So Smart House wins. Smart House Dad wins. Beats
Man, and
the
he was
Even
our
Stevens
first
parents.
one.
Yeah. So where do you want to put the ranking of the parents
We already said that after Aunt Judy.
after Aunt Judy? Okay. We write it down here. Stevens family. Okay. All right. Now, at the moment, it is Smart House Dad, the reigning champion. Then it's Aunt Judy, and then it's Even Stevens parents, and then it's the Luck of the Irish mom, and then it's the Upperway Dad. Then it's the Good Dave, You Wish Dad, and then it's Brink Dad, and then Evil Dave, You Wish Dad. That is the current ranking of the Guardians.
I like it. I'm liking it.
Whew. Well, that was it for this episode of this amazing movie here. Some say it's okay, some say it's trash, some say it's amazing. So it's a
Yeah, we
variety
got it
of
all
them.
across the board.
That's fine. I like it here. When next time where you hear us from, talking about Disney DComs, it will be about my boy, my dude that I always talk about with these guys here. It is in July. It will be Johnny Tsunami.
The entire reason we're doing this.
Basically,
Because of-
yeah, that's true.
because of him. But all right, Anthony, where can they find you?
Oh golly. You can find me at Anthony Lantern on pretty much all social media platforms. You can also find me on YouTube, Anthony Reviews, where Anthony reviews. I do action figure and toy reviews there. I recently reviewed some of the new Superman toys for the new movie, which is cool.
Right.
And I have my own podcast called The Grud, where I talk about all the movies and things that I've seen. And we just uploaded an episode talking about stuff like Thunderbolts and Mission Impossible. My friend Kirk talks about the Stitch movie, and I talk about The Last of Us. So if that sounds interesting, and I know it does, check it out now.
And of course, you have me, Dave, in that thumbnail. So watch out for that.
Find out why in the newest episode now.
Yes.
Meet me.
And Steven, what about you? Where can they find you?
You can find me anywhere at Chef's Vin or Chef's Vin LOL. And yeah, I don't care.
All right. Well, and Skyler, what about you?
Oh boy, you can find me on Blue Sky at Skyler 8-bit, or I've also got a podcast with Daniel here where we talk about TV shows and video games and the like. And that is called Ready Set Replay. You can follow that on YouTube or Spotify, or you can follow the Twitter account we have for it at RSR_POD.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes, I got
Sounds
it.
good.
I knew it.
And Daniel, what about you? I know Skyler just said everything, but is there anything else you want to say?
Not really. Mostly it's the podcast. If you want to see me, you can follow me on basically any social media at this point at Daniel J. McG. Or Letterboxd, I guess. I just started, apparently I'm doing reviews there now. I've done 3 now.
Hell
Don't
yeah.
follow me.
Oh,
I'm not
that's
gonna
good.
be
Keep
consistent
going,
with
keep
this.
going.
You'll be like us, reviewing 1,000 movies.
That's the biggest reason I can think to not continue doing it.
Oh,
Yeah, you can
Well-
delete your account. It's fine.
yeah. Until then, watch out for Johnny Tsunami.
Oh my god, is that next?
Yeah.